Hi everyone, a very good evening. I hope you all can hear me, see me. This is Dr. Anamta Rizvi. I'll just wait for a minute and जब एक बार सारे students आ जाएंगे, we'll go ahead with the class. Hi Harsh, hi Rukmani. Good evening everyone. Good evening. So guys, I'll just wait. All right. So I have a lot of students are here. Excellent. I have Nivetika, Ashish, Lokesh, Aklanta, Soumya. Good evening, everyone. Bhuvesh, Kanchan, Pratibha. Excellent. Great, great. Good evening. All right, everyone. All right. This is the quality that you have to bear with me. I hope it is visible. Everything is visible. Everything is audible. I hope everything is clear. कोई problem तो नहीं है? All right, perfect. So, guys, just a little introduction. If you guys can just tell me what is the degree that you all have, the last degree जो कि आप लोग के पास है, like class 12th or graduation, just randomly anyone can just let me know that. And BSc Maths, excellent. All right. MBA, BA Civil, Masters graduation, BTech Bachelors. All right. Engineering graduation, English Honors, CSC. All right. So I have graduation as well as post graduation. Excellent. All right. So, guys, about myself, I am Dr. Anamta Rizvi. I did my PhD in English Literature from Jamia Millia Islamia. I qualified NET and all. I'm teaching UPSC civil servants as well. I'm teaching UGC NET IQ. I have published books also under S. Chand Publishing House. And so there are a lot of publication, Times of India as well, and other journals. Anyway, this is a little introduction that I wanted to give to all of you. And so before wasting, just not waste any more time, we'll go ahead with the class. So now we have, there is a bunch of topics which I have to cover in my 5 days, okay, from Monday to Friday. Today is the first day. Acha, please let me know if you guys are comfortable only in English or you want Hindi plus English. Okay, just quickly, this is the last question and then we'll go ahead. Okay, just let me know if you guys want to go ahead with English plus Hindi or you just guys want English purely. Only English, ma'am? Perfect. Only English is good? Excellent. Oh, perfect. Great, great, great. So let's go ahead with only English now then. Bilingual would also work. English is good, only English. Perfect. Let's go ahead. So, guys, on day one, we are going ahead with grammar basics plus vocabulary foundations. It's very basic, and as we know, English grammar is made of certain topics which we will be touching upon. Okay, so this is the basic grammar thing, and we will be talking about nouns and pronouns and verb, prepositions, pronouns, and all those things. All right, so this is something that we'll be going ahead with, and then we will be talking about vocabulary foundations. We will be talking about antonyms. We will be seeing about synonyms and all that. So, though there are books available, there is a wonderful book that is available out there in the market, and that is Wren and Martin in English. Whoever is an ICSE student or CBSE student, I'm sure everybody would be aware of this book because ये schools में बहुत recommend की जाती है. All right. Anyway, so I have primarily made my notes from there and I'll be going ahead with that. Okay, so this is going to be my day one, sentence structure, clauses, vocabulary, and everything we'll be talking about. And then let me just move to the next slide. My next slide would be, just a second. Yeah. Tomorrow, I will be going ahead with verbs plus adjectives and plus spelling. So whatever is there in your course, we would be touching upon every exercise, every detail, and we'll be going ahead along with that. All right. अच्छा bilingual चाहिए आकाश चलो ठीक है मैं bilingual करती हूँ grammar focus verbs and adjectives vocabulary focus spelling होगा spelling correction होगा detecting misspell words very easy मतलब misspell words हमें ढूंढने हैं and as of the subject syllabus that you have it does not go beyond your basic English मतलब class 10th to 12th के level की English आती है maximum and there's nothing के cat या sat के level की English आ रही है all right. Okay, guys. Okay, so I'll go ahead with English, a bit of Hindi. All right, I just hope that I think a lot of students are here from South India. All right, I'll go ahead with English, primarily English. Okay, so it's totally fine. I will not be using Hindi, considering that a lot of people are from South India. So it's definitely English won the race and the monopoly, and that is English. Okay. Day third, I'll be going ahead with idioms plus fill in the blanks proper plus error spotting. Okay, so idioms, we all know idioms kya hote hain, jaise idioms are something that we also use in our normal language, like in our native language, also in the vernacular language. Also, every language has their own idioms. Okay, so we'll be talking about idioms. We'll also be talking about proverbs and everything. This would be on day 3, that is on Wednesday. Day 4, I'll be talking about reading comprehension practice, how you are supposed to go ahead, how you're supposed to go ahead with a passage, how you're supposed to read a passage, understand, and accordingly answer the questions that are given. Okay, so considering that, we'll be going ahead in that manner. This is on Thursday, day 4. This is week I'm talking about. And then final grammar and vocabulary revision, we'll be talking about the revision and whatever papers whatever the exercises that have been asked in your papers, exam papers and everything, we'll be discussing on this particular day, that is on Friday. So let's go ahead with this. And considering that all my students have a good sense of English knowledge, you guys are graduation, post graduation, well uh, polished in your grammar. However, still, just for the sake of it, we'll go ahead, touch everything, and in case anyone has any certain doubt, we are going to resolve them. All right, okay, moving ahead. Good evening, Deepa. Good evening. All right, so talking about the basic grammar, because today this lecture is primarily on basic grammar, we will be talking about noun. We'll be talking about pronoun, adjectives, adverbs, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Okay, so these are the different parts of speech that constitute your entire English grammar. Right, we do have that. Function, noun ka, we all know that it is about the name of the person. It could be my name, it could be the name of the table, it could be this smart board, it could be this pen. So it could be anything, all right? And that is example we have, sorry, this over here we have dog, India, my name, Anamta, Deepak, Pranay, Nivedita, whoever it is, that is the name. Then you have pronoun. Pronoun, we all know that how it is, he, she, we. I will be discussing everything in detail. So let's go ahead with that. Adjective, something that describes a noun. Beautiful girl, handsome boy, intelligent girl, intelligent boy. Okay, so this is how the description goes, and that's adjectives. When we talk about adverbs, as the word says, it is describing the verb. He runs, he eats slowly. Okay, so he runs very fast. Okay, whatever is being described of an action. Okay, so that is your adverb. Preposition is something under, on, in. It's kept on the table, it's kept under the table, I'm sitting on the chair, he's jumped into the swimming pool, and so on. Conjunction is adjoining words that but, although, nevertheless, and all. We will be again doing everything in detail. I'm just giving you a little glimpse of all the parts of speeches. And then comes interjection, and that is expressions or emotion. Oh, wow, amazing. Something like that we are going to use and talk about. All right. So let's go ahead with our common noun. That is the first that we're talking about, is common noun. Very simple. Anything that is non-living, that constitute as a common noun. The entire world has a name. Even little your even the tree that you have, the leaves, the twigs, the little veins on it, everything has a name, and that is a common noun. Okay, so we have very simple definition. A general name for any person, place, animal, or thing. It is not specific and is not capitalized unless it starts a sentence. Over here, person that I'm talking about is a girl or a boy, not the name. Name is a proper noun. That is something else that we will be going ahead. Example, girl, boy, river, table, city, school. This is a general name. I'm not talking about a particular school. I'm not talking about Delhi Public School. I'm not talking about St. Xavier's. These are proper nouns. I'm talking about common nouns, which we generally, collectively address. Okay, this is a school, this is an almirah, this is a cupboard, and so on. For instance, if my cupboard has a name, like brown cupboard. Okay, so this would be like my cupboard has a name, brown cupboard. So that would come as a proper noun. But cupboard is in general, and that is just a noun. So the boy is identify the common noun over here. I'm sure if anybody wants to go ahead, all right. Like ma'am and sir, very good, absolutely like ma'am and sir, very general. Identify the common noun here. Very simple. The boy is riding a bicycle. What are going to be the common nouns over here? All right. Okay, Deepak, you want me to go slow? I'll go slow. I'll go slow with the pace. ठीक है. So common noun बहुत simple है यहाँ पे. The boy is riding a bicycle. Okay, तो यहाँ पे general नाम क्या क्या है? Boy and bicycle. Excellent. Very easy. All right. No, Samir, you are going to get this entire PPT. ये पूरा PPT आप लोगों को मिल जाएगा. कोई जरूरत नहीं notes बनाने के. समझ में अगर नहीं आता, if you do not have, if you are not able to understand, so you can ask me. Otherwise, there's no need to take the notes because you are going to get this entire PPT. Okay, so this is something that you will get. The boy is riding a bicycle. Very easy. Absolutely. I saw a bird in the sky. All right. All right. Okay. Yes, Kuluva, I will 100% go ahead with the flow and only address you all in English. Okay. Exactly. Very easy. Bird and the sky. She opened a book and started reading. Very easy. Oh, a book is the ring and started reading. The teacher entered the class. That is the teacher and the class. And we played in the park. Very simple again. And that is the park. All right. So I hope that, all right. Okay, exactly. So I hope everybody is getting very simple. These are the common nouns. A general name that is addressed to a particular thing. Okay, primarily, like a girl, a boy, table, chair, and all that we all discussed over here. Very simple this is. Now we are coming to proper nouns. Proper nouns are easier than your common nouns. Why? Because proper nouns are basically given to particular things. Okay, for instance, a particular country, a city, particular girl, boy. All right, so this is how it is given. Definition: a specific name, a particular name that is given to a person, that is given to a person, a place, day, month, or thing. It always starts with a capital letter. Well, this is kind of a rule that we all know, and that is it always starts with a capital letter, right? All right. Deepak, the Telegram channel has still not been made, so I will request the team. I will somehow the notes will definitely reach to you guys. Just let me contact with the team once I'm done with the class, and then I'll give it to them. And I'm sure by today or tomorrow morning, the notes will be uploaded. All right. So exercise. Okay. So examples are Ram, the name. Delhi, India, Monday, Ganga, okay, whatever that you can think. Think of your name, that's a proper noun, your parents, your aunts, your uncles, the cities that you've traveled, okay, the particular area that you live in. So whatever thing has a name, that is addressed as a proper noun. All right. So for instance, if, as I mentioned, that I have a very beautiful cupboard, okay, and I really like that cupboard. That cupboard is a general thing. I just address this cupboard. But if I name my cupboard as brown cupboard, so it will have a proper name to that, and it will be addressed as a brown cupboard with a capital B. Okay, fairly easy, understandable. So identify the proper noun over here. Very simple. Priya sings very well. That is very rightly said. Somebody mentioned Priya. I was born in Australia. Australia. January is a cold month, and that is January. Right? We visited the... Yeah. I'll go slow. And if anybody wants, you guys can go ahead and we can practice and all. January, bilkul say, absolutely correct. We visited the Taj Mahal, and that is Taj Mahal. That's purely correct. Amazon sells many products. And over here, what do we have? What if two words are there? So what? So if two words are there, Amazon and Flipkart, it will be capital. Absolutely. Amazon and Flipkart and Myntra and Geo, whatever that applications you have, okay? Australia and Paris. So irrespective of they are in the middle, they are at the end, they are in the beginning. If it's a proper noun, it has to be, the first letter has to be in the capital letter. All right. That's absolutely very easy to understand. There's no rocket science, and here it is. Okay. This is the proper noun that you have over here. Now we are coming to collective nouns. Collective noun, as the name suggests, it's talking about a certain collection. Okay, clear? It's talking about a certain collection. For instance, a word that refers to a particular group. So this is what? This is a particular group of people. There are animals, they could be things, they could be anything. For example, team, army, police. Okay, what is this team? any name that is addressing a collective group of people, a collective group of animals, a collective group of fish. It could be anything. For instance, that is, there are different names given to those groups. For instance, when there are a lot of people and it's going crazy, it's addressed as a crowd. It's a crowd. But when that crowd goes violent, when that crowd goes angry, that's considered as a mob. A mob is more aggressive. Okay, so these are things that are there. Navy, Air Force, police, yes, a lot, anything that's collectively addressed is considered as a collective noun. So, for instance, team, army, bunch of flowers, class. Okay, this is my class. Everyone is there in the class. I'm addressing every one of you that I have a wonderful class, and that means that everybody in the class is wonderful, right? Okay. Ma'am, in your example, if the cupboard's character is specified, does it become a proper noun? For example, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If I love my cupboard and I have kept my cupboard's name as not brown cupboard, as Sanorita cupboard. Sanorita cupboard. Okay, where is my Sanorita cupboard? I kept it on my Sanorita. Imagine I'm telling my son that, okay, go and fetch your book. It's in the Sanorita cupboard. So that Sanorita cupboard has a specific name. Have you heard of a Sanorita cupboard? No. But I love my cupboard so much that I named it Sanorita cupboard. So it will be S and with a C, with a capital C, Sanorita cupboard. Okay, all right, okay. So getting my point, just coming back to this thing, it could be anything. I could name it anything. I love this pen. This is my smart pen. I can just write it as a smart pen. Hey, smart pen, how are you? I mean, I can just talk with it. It will sound crazy, but I'm just telling you. All right. Delhi police is a proper noun, absolutely, because they are a police and you're addressing that. Lucknow police would be that. Mumbai police would be, of course, a proper noun. Anything that does have a name to that does have a proper noun. All right. Okay. Then going ahead with this, so team, army, bunch, class, flock of sheep, all these herd of cows, so all these are collective noun, and this is how it is. Okay, so talking about, so just let me know, what do you think are the collective nouns? So going ahead with our exercises. The team won the trophy. What do you think would be the collective noun over here? Very simple, absolutely perfect, very good. The team. A flock of birds flew overhead. What do you think is the collective noun over here? Always remember that, certain words are used for certain things. For instance, flock, when you're talking about a collective group of birds going, you cannot say a crowd of birds. You can't say a mob of birds. You can't say a herd of birds. There are words, certain words that you can only address to that group. For instance, that you have a flock of birds flew over here. Okay, when you're talking about a group of birds, for instance, when there are a lot of fish in the pond, what do you say? That there's a mob of fish, there's a crowd of fish. You say a school of fish. You address it as that. All right. So moving ahead, you have a flock of birds. Okay, you can't say a gathering of birds, a mob of birds, or a herd of birds. Okay, so yes, a flock of birds. Perfect, very good. Then she gave me a bouquet of flowers. Okay, so flowers is always, a bouquet is made of primarily flowers. Ab to chocolates ke bhi bouquet aane lage hain, but then bouquet of flowers. There are chocolate bouquets as well that come. The class was noisy today. Okay, so what is the collective noun over here? And that is the class. Okay, the class, because I'm talking about everyone in the class. Everybody was creating a ruckus. Everybody was behaving like hooligans. And since it is the class, then you have a herd of cattle block the road. Okay, again, as I mentioned, when you're talking about a collective nouns, then there is a specific word for every collective thing that you're addressing. A herd of cattle. Okay, when you're talking about cows and sheep, so it is always a herd of sheep, a herd of cattle, and that is how you are addressing a herd of cattle. Okay, so this is a collective noun. So there are a lot of nouns the noun is the primary title heading, and then there are a lot of subheadings. So we have studied common noun, we have studied proper noun, we have gone ahead with collective noun, and then we are coming towards, and that is abstract noun. What is abstract noun? As the name suggests, it is abstract. Matlab, you can't touch it, you can't hear it. It is just abstract out there. You can just feel it. All right. So when you look at a woman, you say, "Oh, she's beautiful." Now you can't touch the beauty, you can't hear the beauty, but you feel. Okay, so it's kind of like that. For instance, over here. Okay, sorry, that is beautiful would be your adjective. I'm sorry. Over here, for instance, happiness. Okay, the feelings that you have, not the word beautiful. Beautiful is an adjective. So over here, it is about the feelings that you have. Okay, for instance, happiness, truth, love, anger, freedom, honesty, dishonesty, and so on. All right. Okay, ma'am, class can be both collective and common noun? Yes, absolutely. Class can be addressed as a common noun as well as a collective noun as well. Okay, so this is something that you have to see, that a class is a collective noun, a class is a common noun as well. Absolutely correct, very rightly said. All right, so over here, simple, very simple thing, a noun that represents an idea, any idea that is representing a value, an idea, an ideology. For instance, patriotism. Okay, that is an abstract noun. Okay, an idea, quality, emotion, or condition, you cannot touch or see it. Okay, examples, what are the examples? And over here, okay, Harsh, let me just complete with the theory, Harsh, and then let's move ahead to the question and answers. But because today is a very basic lesson, so I'm focusing on polishing firstly, the grammar part. And then once we are done with the basic theory, we will attempt the question and answers for sure. We'll do the exercise, but just let's go a bit slow, because today, considering the first class, so I'm considering that everybody needs to brush up their knowledge a bit, and this is the reason we're going ahead. All right. Okay. Yes, absolutely. So examples, you have happiness, truth, love, anger, freedom. All these are your abstract noun. Okay, over here. So yes, so for instance, courage. Yes, absolutely. Honesty, courage, wisdom, sadness, beauty, ugly, beauty, or you have grotesque. All those words which are from adjectives also you can make the nouns. Jo bhi, whatever adjective you get, and from that adjective, if you can make a noun, that becomes an abstract noun. For instance, beautiful is an adjective. What is the abstract noun from beautiful that you get? Beauty. Okay, and ugly is your adjective. Okay, this painting is very ugly. Okay, and the abstract noun that you can get is ugliness. This is a very so you can talk about certain things, and whatever adjective that you pick up, that will definitely can be converted into your abstract noun. All right, communalism, consumerism, capitalism, Marxism, feminism, whatever that isms that you have, they are in a way proper nouns also. Communism is a name for a particular ideology. Feminism is a name of a particular movement. So these all are also your proper nouns. And so, yes, there's a lot of things. What if, okay. Okay, I'll annotate that. I'll try to do that, though it is a little not possible over here, Hardeep. But I'll just try. I'll try. But in case you guys have anything that to note down, whatever is written over here, you will get it. But in case you want to have annotations, then you can just make your own notes. That would be, I'll totally allow you to do that. Okay, right, Hardeep? All right. What if condolence and sorrow both are there? So both will be as your abstract noun. See, a sentence can have 100 abstract noun. Okay, that is, I mean, there's no sentence that can have 100 abstract noun, but I'm telling you that there is no limit to the number of abstract nouns that you can use in a sentence. Okay, you can use as many adjectives, you can use as many abstract nouns till the point it makes some sense. Okay, so condolence can also be, Deepak, you're getting my point. I'm answering your question. So there could be condolence, sorrow, or melancholy, or despair, gloom, all these words can come in the one sentence and they will be addressed as abstract nouns. Right? I hope that is all right. Can you repeat adjectives wala one? Okay, theek hai. So Hardeep, the point is that whatever adjective that you have, for instance, beautiful. Okay, so she is a beautiful girl. Okay, so over here, now the adjective is beautiful. Why? Because what is adjective? We will, of course, come to that point. But now that I'm at abstract noun, I'm just explaining it to you. Adjective is something that describes a noun. So you are describing the girl as beautiful. Okay. But for instance, you are asked, okay, Hardeep, you are saying that the girl is beautiful. You use an adjective. But come on, tell me, how are you going to use this as an abstract noun? Now, this beautiful has to be changed into an abstract noun. So, what comes? How will you make it? The word beauty. The word beauty becomes an abstract noun. Okay, so this is the reason that, for instance, his. There are so many words that you can use. Happy. She is very happy. Okay, this is the word that she's very happy. So you are describing the girl, that the girl is very happy, she's very happy. But if I say that, convert this adjective happy into your abstract noun, then the word will be happiness. Okay, I'm not able to understand the difference between adjective and abstract. It's very simple, very simple. I'll just tell you. The stream is glitching. I hope that it is not your internet connection. Just check it again. Otherwise, everything is clear, I think, from my end. Very simple, guys. I'll just write it over here. ठीक है. Adjectives. What is an adjective? We will come to the point, but I'm telling you, anything that describes a noun. For instance, this is a flower. Okay, I'm talking about this flower. So this is a flower, and this is a beautiful flower. It's so beautiful. It's very. I'm liking it. It's so pretty. It's very beautiful. I'm describing this flower as a very beautiful flower. Okay. Now I'm saying this flower is so beautiful. Okay. I'm just writing it the word here. Okay. But then I want to say it as an abstract noun. I want to say it as an abstract noun. All right. Okay. Okay. So now I'm talking about the word noun. All I want to use the word, that is, I want to use it as a noun. Then this word beautiful, which is an adjective. If I want to talk about as an abstract noun, then this word will become as beauty. Simple. Beauty. You might have a, can you say that this girl is a beauty? If you say this girl is a beauty, then you are not using an adjective. You are seeing it as an abstract noun. You're not describing the girl. You are just explaining that, okay, this girl is a beauty. Okay, you're using it as a noun. Okay, so all adjectives can convert. Yes, abstract noun. Yes, all adjectives can be converted. So instead, for instance, you have gloomy. Okay, I'm feeling very gloomy. Gloomy means sad. Gloomy means upset. Gloomy means in depression, not very in a good mood. So you want to say that I'm feeling very gloomy. And this is gloomy is an adjective which is describing you. But if you say as an abstract noun, oh, the gloom that is there in the room, this gloom is really killing me. Okay. So, honestly, abstract nouns become more poetic if you use them. Okay. So, for instance, like, there are so many words that you can use, any adjective that you pick up. Okay, for sad, I'm feeling sad. Okay, I'm feeling sad is an adjective, wherein describing something. Okay, and over here, then if you want to use it as an abstract noun, it will be sadness. The sadness was everywhere in the room. Everyone was feeling sad. Okay, similarly, the word melancholic. What is the meaning of melancholic? Again, sad. I'm feeling very melancholic. Means I'm feeling very sad. Sad. But over here, if you want to use it as an abstract noun, then the word is melancholy. Okay, this melancholy is really bothersome. This melancholy is going to kill me. Okay, are you getting the point? So yes, adjectives can be converted into abstract nouns very easily. All right. Okay, always noun starts with the. No, not at all. Who said that? Not necessarily. It depends. where you are using, that's an article thing, right, Sia? That's an article thing wherein how you are using it, the, and it can be a also, it can be an also, it can be the also, for instance, and that article is a different thing. Okay? All right? She said that, Priyanshu. She's adjective is descriptive and abstract noun is emotion. Absolutely, Ashish. Very rightly said. Is very important for adjective. Who is very. I did not get this question, Bhavnesh. No, it's not. Very is not at all important. I think, am I using the word very a lot? No. She is beautiful. She is handsome. If she's very beautiful, then say that she's very beautiful. If she's just beautiful, then just say she's just beautiful. You don't have to use the word very at all. Okay? I'm feeling melancholic. If you're feeling very sad, then you say I'm feeling very, 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 very melancholic. Okay? You can use the very word many times, but you do not necessarily have to use the very word in front of it. All right? Okay, I hope that's clear to all of you. Okay, so guys, that's very rightly put by Ashish, and that is adjective is something that is descriptive, and your abstract is an abstract noun are emotions that you feel, that you can't touch. Okay, all right. I hope everybody is clear with all of that. So over here you have happiness, truth, love, anger, freedom. Identify the abstract noun over here. I would really request everybody to help me out and identify the abstract nouns. So honesty is a great quality. Over here, what is the abstract noun that we have? And that is honesty, right, Hardeep? Exactly, honesty. Her courage inspired everyone. So what is the word over here? And that is very right. Absolutely. The word courage over here. Okay. Friendship is valuable. What is the right word over here? Valuable is something that is describing friendship. Whenever you are reading a sentence, always see that describe kya kar raha hai, describe jo kar raha hai, whatever is being is describing, then that becomes an adjective, and what is being described, that's a noun for sure, right? So exactly the right word is friendship. The right abstract noun is friendship over here. Very good. He acted with great wisdom. Okay, so over here, what is the abstract noun over here? He acted with great wisdom. And the right word is wisdom. Excellent. I felt deep sadness after reading the story. I felt deep sadness. Anything that's emotion becomes your abstract noun, right? Okay. Valuable is not an emotion. You are a valuable student. Valuable student. That means I'm describing you. This jewelry is very valuable. Oh my god, this pen, this is a very valuable pen. I'm describing this pen. You get the point. All right, so I felt deep sadness after reading the story. So this is there. Valuable is not the valuable is not the noun. Value is would be the noun. This boy has value because he's so good in studies. This player has value because he's such a great sportsman. You're getting the point. He acted wisely. If he acted wisely, then in that case the wisely becomes an adverb. Okay, so Priyanshu, valuable is adjective, absolutely. So Bhavnesh, if he says he acted wisely, then over here, what is being described? The word acted. And what is the word acted? It's an action thing. Okay, he acted, he did an action, he did something. Okay, that is a verb. When a verb is being described, that becomes your adverb. And from adverb, if you are going ahead and making a noun, abstract noun, it will be wisely, will become wisdom. Got it, Bhavnesh? Excellent. All right. I'm glad that all of you are asking questions because that is giving me an idea that everybody is understanding. All right. Yes, absolutely, Divya. She is great. Greatness would be an abstract noun. Her greatness is amazing. But she is great or she is a great human being. I'm describing that she is a great human being. Just, it's a very simple thing, adjective. Adjectives are the easiest to understand in the entire grammar. Anything that describes a noun is an adjective. It could be good, bad, terrible, pathetic, disgusting, anything. Okay, it could be anything. Whatever is described, adjective is whatever describes a noun, that is an adjective. Okay. Aklanta is saying that the stream is buffering. Is it with every one of you, or is it only maybe this internet connection? But I hope it is okay with everyone. Aklanta, please, I request you to check your internet connection, because everybody is saying that it is all fine. Okay, Hardeep and Lokesh, everyone is saying it's all fine. It's okay. Yeah, clear. Okay, so please, if it is buffering for anyone, check at your end. Primarily, ho sakta hai that there's a possibility that it is internet connection is weak at your end. Okay. If anything describes a pronoun, that also we will come to that. Anything that describes a pronoun also. She is a good girl. Okay. So just a second, guys. Hello. Audible now? Yes, yes. Mic is on. Mic is on. Deepak is my great friend. इसमें great adjective हुआ and friend abstract noun हुआ. No, Hardeep. No. Over here, yes, one part is absolutely correct when you are saying that Deepak is my great friend. Definitely, great is an adjective. Why? Because you are describing the friend, but then friend becomes your noun. Okay, because you are describing a noun. All right. If you said the friendship I have with Deepak is great, the friendship I have with Deepak is great, then the word friendship over here is going to be your abstract noun. Okay, and the friendship that I have with Deepak is great. And over here again, the word great is now describing an abstract noun. Getting my point? I hope you guys are. What is adjective with example, ma'am? Adjective is anything that, okay, in the fifth sentence. Okay, so over here, adjective, again, I'm repeating it, very simple. Adjective is something that describes a noun. It could be a proper noun, it could be a common noun, it could be an abstract noun, it could be a collective noun, it could be anything. Okay, so in the film, I felt deep sadness after reading the story. Over here, the word sadness is your abstract noun. It is an emotion. This is an feeling. This is a feeling. This is an emotion that you have. Over here, the word deep is describing this abstract noun. If a word is describing a noun, it could be a collective noun, it could be a proper noun, it could be an abstract noun, or any noun, common noun, then that becomes an adjective. So over here, the word deep is an adjective. Why? Because it is describing a noun. Get the point? It's very simple, guys. All right. Okay. All right. I can see. I know it is, but the reason is that, I'm just a little concerned that I don't understand if the people are not understanding the point, because it's a very simple thing and it's no rocket science. So guys, if there's something really sensible question, let's go ahead with that. Otherwise, it really disturbs entire class. All right. Okay, Samir, I think the point is noted here. Let's go ahead with concrete noun. A noun that you can experience using the five senses, something you can see, touch, smell, hear, or table. For instance, apple, pen, music, dog, perfume. Over here, over anything that's concrete, anything that's tangible. These are common nouns also. Anything that is tangible, so that comes as concrete noun. Something that you can touch, you can feel, you can eat, something which you can use it from your senses. All right. So over here, anything that you can see, we know our five senses. Anything that you can see, anything that you can touch, anything that you can smell, anything that you can hear or taste, that becomes as your concrete nouns. Very similar to unlike, they come under the same subheading as almost common nouns. And over you have she identify the concrete nouns. Examples are apple, yes, you can touch the pen, yes. You apple, you can touch the apple, yes. You can touch the pen, yes. You can hear the music, yes. You can see the dog, yes. You can touch the dog also. You can smell the perfume, yes. So remember, any noun which are used by your five senses, that comes as your concrete nouns. All right. So simple as that. Now over here, she ate an apple. What is going to be the concrete noun over here? Exactly, very right, Hardeep, and that is apple. The cat slept on the mat. Okay, so there are a lot of concrete things over here. Okay, so come on, let me just know what are the concrete things that you can see here, and that is all right. And over here, yes, cat and mat. Very good, cat and mat. I heard loud music. What can you hear? Music. And that becomes a concrete noun. Very good, very right. He kicked the ball. Okay, so what is something that you can touch, you can see, you can feel, and that is the ball, right? And lastly, I smell the perfume. Something that you can use your sense of smell, and that is music, ball, and perfume. And exactly, that's correct, and that is perfume. That becomes a concrete noun. Very simple. I hope everybody's got the point. All right, so now that's exactly all about nouns. We had five kinds of nouns. We discussed everything that is there in the nouns. Now we are coming to another part of a parts of speech, and that is pronouns. Okay, words that replace nouns. A very simple definition. Okay, so over here, cat is a common noun, and it is, see, cat is a common noun also, and it is a concrete noun. Concrete noun is something that is a very, nobody talks about it, as in because it's a very simple noun. Anything that you can touch, see, smell, or hear, anything from your five senses that you can do, that's a concrete noun. Now we are coming to chapter that's pronouns, words that replace nouns. A very simple, I have given a very simple definition of something over here. Imagine saying the same name that is repeatedly. For instance, if we never had pronouns, imagine if the world was not using pronouns, how stupid it would sound. Let's read this paragraph. Ria is kind. Ria studies hard. Ria is helpful. To make this smoother, we use pronouns. Okay, so this is so, like, so unsettling to the ears. This is like, sounds so stupid that, why are you talking about Ria again and again? For instance, imagine if I was saying, Anamta is going to teach you. Anamta is going to talk about this. Anamta is going to talk about this. I mean, this is going to be sound so superfluous, and it is like, God knows I have a superiority complex or whatever, that I'm addressing myself as Anamta and repeatedly telling my name. So in that point, just to make things little softer, smoother, better on the ears, we have pronouns. What are pronouns? Simple. Pronouns are the names, are the words that replace the nouns. That's simple as that. So to make this smoother, what do we have? We use pronouns. Ria is kind. She studies hard. She is helpful. Okay, so the word over here, she, becomes your pronoun. She is helpful over, the word becomes she, becomes your pronoun. All right, so this is a wonderful, very easy exercise, something that you can easily understand. So this makes the sentence easier and very, very natural. Okay, it is not something that is, jarring to the ears. It is not, doesn't sound stupid, and it is like definitely not superfluous at all. Okay, so over here, simple as that. So now words that replace, and that is nouns. Types of pronouns. So there is something that are there types of pronouns. The way we study different kinds of nouns, similarly we have different types of pronouns, and today we are going to talk about what are personal pronouns and so on. All right, so the word over here, personal pronouns. Okay, so remember, refers to people or things. Okay, so example, I, you, he, she, it, we, they. So remember one thing, this is refers to people or things. Okay, things around you, people around you, you yourself, that becomes as your personal pronouns. For example, I am reading. Anamta is reading. I will not say Anamta is reading. I will say I am reading. Over here, what becomes your pronoun? And that's a personal pronoun, and that is the word I. She is my friend. I will not say Ipshita is my friend. I'll say she is my friend. Okay, so she becomes your pronoun, personal pronoun. They are in the park. Imagine you all are in the park, and my the HOD comes and he's like, "Where are all the students?" I'm like, "They are in the park." So I'm addressing you all, and that becomes the word they, and that is a personal pronoun. So very simple definition about personal pronouns, and that is, it refers to people, it refers to things. Okay, so identify the personal pronoun over here, and here it goes as, just a second, over here it goes as the, identify the personal pronoun. He is going home. What is the pronoun over here? He is going home. Very good. The pronoun is he. Excellent. They are playing outside. So what's a personal pronoun over here? I'm addressing somebody as it refers to people or things. So what is the personal pronoun over here? And that is the word they. Excellent. I like mangoes. What's a personal pronoun? Why? Because it is referring to people or things. I am a people, so the personal pronoun is going to be I. Very good. You are very polite. This is a, refers to people or things. What is this? This is a personal pronoun, and that is you. Excellent. I, and then you are very polite, and we are classmates. You all are classmates. So what is going to be the personal pronoun over here? And that is we. All right, so we have he, the, I, you, we. All this becomes personal pronouns. Then you have, next you have, and that is possessive pronouns. What is when you have possessive pronouns? Where the word possessive only tells you that it means that you have a belongingness or an ownership towards something. My, her, his, theirs. Okay, anything that belongs to someone, that becomes your, that shows your ownership or possession. Any belongingness, any ownership. I own this. Okay, okay, she is my friend, she's my mother. Okay, so you are saying that, so you are being possessive, so that becomes a possessive pronoun. You are showing your ownership, so that becomes a possessive pronoun. Okay, all right. Okay, so over here you have, and that is, shows ownership or possession. My, your, his, her, are, their, it's, mine, yours, hers, ours. Okay, so all this becomes as your possessive pronouns. Now you have, this is my bag. Okay, so over here, That pen is yours and their house is big. Okay, so over here, what are your possessive pronouns? And it is this. Okay, so this is a possessive pronoun wherein the ownership is there. And over here you have this. Then that pen is yours and that becomes your possessive pronoun. And then their house is big. Okay, that house belongs to them. Okay, and that is their house. Okay, that becomes your possessive pronoun. For instance, my dress is blue. Okay, so there is ownership in this dress. What is going to be the possessive pronoun over here? And that is my dress is blue. This pencil is hers. What is going to be the possessive pronoun over here? And that is belongingness is there. So the word is this. Our team won the match. And over here, what is the team that won the match? Our team won the match. And over here, the word is our. That notebook is mine. Okay, again you are pointing towards something. That notebook, that's possessiveness. There is ownership, and that is that. And then their school is nearby, and of course again that's possessiveness, and that is possessive pronoun. Their school is nearby. This becomes a possessive pronouns, right? All right, then you are going ahead. That's demonstrative pronouns, points to a specific things or people. When you are saying demonstrative, that, okay, this, when you use the word that, there are only four demonstrative pronouns over here, and that is this, that, these, and those. Very simple. Anything that this is this belongs to this girl. Okay, so this is whenever you are saying pointing towards something as this and that becomes your demonstrative pronouns. All right, okay. All right, Teju, I'll do it in tomorrow's class. Today it's a very basic class. I wanted to start ahead with grammar basics. Tomorrow, whatever exercises that I will be going ahead with, there would be the questions that are addressed in the exam, and then we can go ahead with PYQ that have happened, as well as your future potential questions that can come in the exam. So we will go ahead accordingly. I hope I am clear to everyone. I do not want this question to go on repeatedly. Please understand one thing. Today is a very grammar basic class. We are talking about a very grammar basic thing. We have the entire month to go. And from the next classes onwards, we will be going ahead with PYQs. Okay? All right. Syllabus. All right. Okay. So now you have points to specific things or people, this, that, these, and there. Okay, so this is my book. Those are old shoes. Identify the demonstrative pronouns over here. So that is a good idea. What is a demonstrative pronoun over here? And that is a good idea. These are my friends. What's going to be the demonstrative pronoun? When you're saying that demonstrate, you are demonstrating something. And over here, very good. And that is these. This is my seat. Okay, so demonstrative pronoun, talking about this, that, these, and those. All these are going to be your demonstrative pronouns. Very good. This, I don't like those. Okay, I don't like those. I don't like those mangoes. I don't like those shoes. I don't like those apples, whatever that could be. I don't like those. Okay, and that is that is demonstrative pronouns is those. And then, do you want this? Do you want this? There's a question that is being asked. And over here, the demonstrative pronoun is this. Okay, so these are the demonstrative pronouns that you have. Interrogative pronouns, that is used to ask questions. Okay, so whatever that's the W questions that you say, they are considered as interrogative pronouns. Very important, often asked in your exams for your active, for your indirect, and all whatever is would be on course. We will be discussing them, but these are important ones, and that is interrogative pronouns. All right, so over here you have, and that is who, what, which, whom, whose. Okay, whatever questions start from the W words constitute as your interrogative pronouns. All right, so what is your name, who is coming, these are very simply your interrogative pronouns. All right, okay, so over here you have what are you doing. What is going to be the interrogative pronoun? WH question, very simple, and that is what. Who rang the bell? And over here, what is the one that is there? And exactly, everybody is answering me correctly. And that is the word who. Exactly. Which dress do you like? The W question over here. And that is which. Whose phone is this? And again, the question, and that is whose. And then whom did you meet? And again, that you're pointing towards someone, whom did you meet? And the right answer come as whom. Okay, so these are your interrogative pronouns. Interrogative, as the name suggests, what is the word, what is the meaning of the word interrogation? Questioning, okay, and that is interrogative pronouns. All right, over here, we have this as your answer. Okay, then you have next one, adjectives. So we are coming to this adjective. We've almost discussed adjectives. We're just going to talk about a bit more, okay, what are adjectives, and then we'll be moving ahead. So adjectives, words that describe nouns. Okay, simple, very simple. We all understand this. And these are over here. Just a second. So words that describe nouns. And here we have an adjective is a word. Please listen to the definition. Very simple definition is it. An adjective is a word that describes, I'm just boxing the main words, that describes or gives more information. More information. It describes or gives more information. For instance, this pen is black. What information are you getting about this pen? This pen is black. When you get more information, or if it is in any way describing a noun, okay, about a noun, and when we talk about noun, it is common noun, proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun, any noun. All right, over here. So about a noun or pronoun, noun as well as a pronoun, he, she, this, those, that, whatever pronoun. Okay, so that is an adjective. It tells us what kind, how many, which one, or how something looks, feels, smells, or behaves. So anything that is description. Just let it sink in your head. Anything that describes a word, that is an adjective. Okay, so you use adjectives 100 times a day. Okay, mama khana, how is the food? The food is very tasty. I'm sure everybody must have said something today about the food. The food is not tasty, or the food is very tasty, whatever that you have said. Okay, so that is whatever that you're describing a noun, a pronoun, that becomes your adjective. Okay, so over here, simple. The example is over here. The food was salty today. Okay, Hardeep. The blue sky was clear and bright. Okay, so over here, so many adjectives over here. What are the words that are describing? Just focus on nothing but description. That what, if somebody is telling me, how is the sky? So what is the sky being described as? Tell me, all of you. It's written over here, but I want you guys to write it. The sky is being described as blue. It is blue, right? It is clear. It is bright. It is beautiful. It is warm. It is lovely. It is sunny. It is cloudy. Anything that describes the sky. Okay, so blue, clear, bright. Adjectives describing the noun sky. Okay, so simply it is nothing. Adjective is an adjective describes a noun or pronoun by giving more details. It helps make writing more specific, interesting, and good to hear. So that is your adjective. Okay, examples: big, red, soft, beautiful, five, round, ugly, anything that you just want to describe, and that is comes as your adjective. Okay, so remember this. Then you have types of adjective, that is descriptive adjectives. So descriptive adjectives that describe quality. So remember, there are many kinds of adjectives. The umbrella term, the umbrella definition of the word adjective is description. Anything that could be. Now under that white thing, okay, under that description over here, for instance, this is like, you are just as a description. Okay, अब वो quality kya hai, what is the quality, what is the number, what is the color, what is, there are so many aspects in the adjectives, and this is how you deal with that. Okay, so simply over here we have types of adjective, and this comes as descriptive adjectives. describe quality or feature of a noun. So it is used to describe quality. It is used to describe a feature of a noun. Example, tall, smart, cold, happy. So what is it? Either describing a quality or any feature. Okay, that my whatever, my brother is very tall, I'm describing that. Okay, there's a feature I'm talking about, there's a quality that I'm talking about. So my brother is very happy. Okay, so this is a quality I'm talking about, or a feature I'm talking about. Okay, so she is a kind girl. Okay, this is a quality that the girl has, she's a kind girl. And then identify the adjective over here. So let's go ahead and identify the adjective. He has a red bag. I am describing the bag. And what am I describing the bag as? Red bag. Very good. So this is a descriptive because I'm talking about a feature. It's a feature. The bag is red, or the feature can be the bag is made of leather. It could be the bag is made of polyester. It's a feature I'm talking about, a fact that I'm talking about. So this is could be that so it's made of leather, or it's made of polyester, or if it's made of cotton. This is the feature I'm talking about. So the bag is red. It's a feature I'm saying. The tall boy won. The boy is tall. I'm describing the boy. Okay, the tall boy won. All right. Then you have this is a sweet mango. Okay, so I'm talking about the feature of the mango. It's describing it. It is a sweet mango. She wore a clean dress. The dress has a good quality. And what is it? That the dress is very, very clean, right? Exactly. Very right. And we enjoyed the funny movie. Okay, so the movie, there's a feature, you're describing the movie, and that comes out as a funny movie. Very good. So this becomes your adjective. I hope everybody is understanding this. Quantitative adjectives now, as the word suggests quantity. Even if you are talking about numbers, quantity, then that also will be considered as an adjective. How? We will see to this. Over here you have tell us how much, it tells us how much or how many. So whenever you are like how much or how many, okay, whenever this kind of question things come, that how many, when talking about numbers, then that also becomes adjectives. Some, much, many, few, little. These are the few adjectives over here that you use over here. He has many books. Okay, he has many books. That is, many is like quantity that you're saying. So whenever you're talking about in numbers, and he has many books. Okay, so over here identify the adjective. I have some money. Okay, they bought many toys. And over here it will be the word many, right? We need little water. I'm talking about quantity, and that becomes little water. Few people came, and that is few, again quantity. And then she has enough time. Okay, there is little time, there's enough time. So it is describing, there is quantity that I can count in numbers. Okay, and that is she has enough time. Okay, so these are your quantitative adjectives. Then comes a demonstrative adjective, point to something, that is to specific noun. Example, this, that, these, that book is mine. Identify the adjective over here. Over here, demonstrative adjectives are also a demonstrative pronoun. So do not get confused in that. This is a very simple thing. That book is mine. So identify the adjective over here. When you're pointing towards something, that becomes. So demonstrative adjectives are also considered as demonstrative pronouns. So there's nothing confusing about it. Remember one thing, that this, that, these, those. Again, you are addressing it to something, and you can use it as in demonstrative pronouns also, demonstrative adjectives also. So that's nothing to worry about. This chair is broken. This, I like these shoes. That boy is my cousin. Those apples are fresh. Okay, and these notebooks are new. This comes out as that, those, these. Okay, simple. Possessive adjectives, again, possessive pronouns also that could be used. And again, I'm just not repeating because हमने pronouns discuss किया था, so that could be addressed as your possessive adjectives. Okay, my, your, his, her, out, there, it's. Okay, these are also considered as a possessive adjective. So possessive pronouns can be also considered as possessive adjectives. Okay, interrogative adjectives again over here. So pronouns and adjectives, again you have the same thing over here. WH questions are considered as your interrogative adjective. I discussed this, nothing rocket science. All right, so we are done with adjectives. Adjectives are very simple, nothing rocket science, anything that describing. explaining a feature, that is your adjectives. Now we are coming ahead towards adverbs. Okay, so what is an adverb? There is a word for noun, and that, if that is a descriptive noun, then that comes as an adjective. But what about the actions that we do? Our life is made of actions only. Now we study, okay, we play, we sleep, we eat. So whatever actions that we do, whatever verbs that we do, our life is made of actions. We need words to describe that action as well. Okay, all right, yes, ma'am is pretty, so here pretty is an adjective, very right. So we're adverbs, words that describe action. So an adverb is a word that tells us how, when, where, or what extent an action happens. Okay, so whatever is over, whatever action that you're doing, whatever action that you're doing, it could be the way I'm teaching, the way you're studying. I'm teaching, I'm teaching in a very slow manner. For instance, I'm teaching in a very fast way. Okay, I'm teaching in a very fast manner, so that describes the way I'm teaching. Or maybe the way how you're listening. My students are listening very eagerly. So what is the action you are doing? You are listening. And how are you listening? Eagerly. Okay, eagerly becomes as your adverb. All right, so this is something that is there. Just a second, guys, give me 1 minute, please. All right. So an adverb is a word. It's a word that tells us how, when, where, or to what extent an action happens. Our life is made of actions. We are doing actions all the time. Sometimes we're sleeping, eating, watching TV, scrolling on our phones, doing whatever, social media, whatever that it is made of actions. So to describe those actions, whatever the words are, we describe it as your adverbs. Okay, it often describes a verb, but it can also describe an adjective or another. For example, she runs quickly. She runs quickly. So what is action? What is the kriya? What is the verb that she is doing? What is the action that is doing? She is running. All right. Okay. Okay. So this is quickly. She runs quickly. Quickly tells how she runs. Okay. Quickly is the way that she's saying how she runs. So what is an adverb? An adverb adds meaning to a word. An adverb describes a verb, that how is that being possible? How is she doing that? An adverb adds meaning to a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. So this is a very interesting thing about adverb, guys, that one thing that is for sure, verb. Okay, adverb describes the verb, that's for sure. But adverb also describes adjectives. Okay, we will come to this point. It also describes adjectives. Okay, uh, and also adverbs describe adverbs. Okay, so adverbs are a very versatile sort of words, and they describe a verb as well, they describe adjectives as well, and they describe adverbs as well. So they describe themselves also. All right, so this is a very interesting and important point. For instance, she runs very fast. Okay, she runs fast, or she runs quickly. She runs quickly. We say that she runs quickly, and we are using the word quickly over here as an adverb. Why? Because it is describing the word quickly. But if you say she runs very quickly, even the word very is your adverb. Okay, so what are we saying? She runs very quickly, when the very word becomes your adverb, and it is describing the adverb. She runs very quickly. So what is being described? Very quickly. So over here, for instance, if I'm talking about now how the adverbs describe the adjectives, we say she is beautiful. Okay, we say she's beautiful. Let's talk about some very beautiful girl, whoever it could be. It could be, for instance, Princess Diana. Princess Diana was beautiful. But if I want to say Princess Diana was breathtakingly beautiful. So, how are we describing the word adjective? Breathtakingly beautiful. Okay, so she was breathtakingly beautiful, as in the verb adverb is described as an adjective. Okay, so it's a very simple thing. Over here you have she runs quickly. Quickly tells how she runs. So what is an adverb? An adverb means add to a verb, an adjective or another adverb, and it answers questions like how, when, where, and how much. Okay, examples are quickly, now, outside, very, always, and so on. Okay, then you have the words. Let's discuss the types of adverbs. Adverbs of manner hota hai. Tell how action is done. What is the manner of the action? Is it slow? Is it fast? Okay, so slowly, neatly, quickly, loudly. Remember one thing, not always, but usually 90%. How do you recognize? A very simple way to recognize an adverb is you use ly. Many adverbs finish with the letter ly, with the letters ly. Okay, so for instance, slowly, neatly, quickly, loudly, you always see that adverbs generally end with the letter ly, but not always. Okay, so this is something that's not a a kind of a only thing how you recognize adverbs, but most of the adverbs use with the word ly. So identify the adverbs over here. She sings sweetly. What is the adverb over here? She's singing a song, and that is a verb that you're using. And very right, Roji, the word is sweetly. She sings sweetly. He worked hard. He worked hard. How did he work? Work is an action. All right. And the word is over here, hard. Very good. They danced happily. Dance is an action. How did they dance? How did they dance? And they danced very happily. Very good. He drives fast. He drives fast. So what is the word? That he's driving, the action he's doing, that he's driving. And what is it? Yes, very good. And that is he's driving fast. The baby cried loudly. And what is the word that they're using? And that is the baby cried loudly. Okay, so these are the actions that are being described, and that becomes your adverbs. Then comes your adverbs of time. Okay, so it's like that, that how you are describing. Tell when something happens. Now, then, yesterday, today, soon. Okay, so this is like the time. Adverb, whatever, whenever you're talking about time, that also becomes your adverb. For instance, identify the adverb over here. I saw her yesterday. Okay, so over here, when you're talking about the adverb of time, there is an action you did. Okay, I saw her. But then I saw her. If you say this and you don't talk about yesterday at all, okay, you don't say yesterday. You say I saw her. I saw her could be today, it could be yesterday, it could be in the morning, in the evening. When is it? I saw her yesterday. All right. So over here, when you say saw is an action, okay, saw is an action. So you have to describe that when did that action happen? When did that time happen? And I saw her yesterday. So yesterday becomes your adverb of time. Very good. All right. She will come later. There is action, she will come. But when will she come? She will come right now. She will come later. She will come tomorrow. Over here, what is the action that is to be described? The word come later. We are going. Okay, we are going. Going is an action. What about the time? We are going now, we are going tomorrow, we are going in the evening. When is it? And that is we are going now. He arrived. Arrive is an action, but how? When did he arrive? He arrived late or he arrived early, and that is a way that he arrived early. Okay, so they met recently answers that when did they meet? That's an action. They met recently, and that becomes your adverb. Okay, so this is something that is the adverbs of time. Then you have, and that is adverbs of place. Tell where something happens. Okay, so come here. Okay, so again, whatever, just whenever you're confused about adverbs, look at the action. When is the verb happening? When is the action happening? So you have come here. Okay, that's an action. Where should I come? Come to Delhi, or come to Lucknow, or come to Mumbai, or come to Bangalore? Where? Come here, come right here. And that becomes adverb of place, describing here. Come here. They looked everywhere. They looked, and that's an action. What is this word? Everywhere. Everywhere is describing where did they look. Okay, adverb of place. So they looked everywhere. Looked is the verb. And when anything is describing the word, that becomes an adverb of place. They looked everywhere. She lives nearby. She lives, that's a verb. She's living somewhere near, and that becomes your nearby. Very good. The ball is under the table. Okay, so now over here, the ball is under the table. Over here, what is it? How are you going to describe this? It is where it is under the table. Okay, so where is it? It is under the table. It is still there. It is kept somewhere. It is kept under the table. The ball is under the table. Yes. And let's go outside. Where is the action? It is going out. So the answer here, everywhere, nearby, under, outside. And this becomes your uh, adverb of place. Adverb of frequency tells how often something happens, and it is always, never, often, sometimes, or rarely. So simple it is. Identify the adverb over here. That kitni baar hota hai? What is the frequency he wakes up early? Okay, they never lie. And over here, what is the frequency? They never lie. They are never lying. Lie, jhoot bolna is lie. If you are lying, then the action that you're doing, so you never lie. Okay, we sometimes go out. What is the frequency? Sometimes. We always go out, or we sometimes go. What is the, how many number of times you do that? And then she rarely eats sweets. So what is the frequency? She rarely, she hardly eats sweets. Rarely, very less frequency. And he often visits us, and the word often over becomes your adverb. So remember, adverb of frequency. Then you have adverbs of degree. How it is, like it is very hot, for instance, it is too hot today. So tell how much or to what extent. Now over here, remember guys, over here, what are we saying? That the word hot, in every sentence I'm pointing out, whatever I'm pointing out, these are the adjectives. It is too hot today. It is not an action. So over here, it is too hot. As I told you, that adverbs also describe adjectives. Okay, adverbs describe verbs, adverbs describe adjectives, and adverbs also describe adverbs. Okay, so adverbs have a lot of multiple roles to do. So it is too hot today. That means the word adjective over here, the word hot, it's too hot. Too hot, and that is the adverb of degree. Okay, the soup is quite tasty. The tasty is your adjective. It is describing the soup. And over here, the soup is quite tasty. Okay, I hope everyone's getting. He nearly fell. Now, what is this word? Is this an adjective or this is a verb? He fell. Okay, there is an action to it, right? Exactly, Harsh. Very good. So it is he nearly fell. So nearly is again your adjective. He just there was a degree. He just nearly fell. And then she's extremely happy. Okay, so happy is a state of being. It's a description. It is an adjective. She's extremely happy, and extremely becomes an adverb. This bag is heavy enough over here, and the word bag, this bag is heavy. Heavy becomes your adjective, and that is heavy enough. That becomes your adverbs of degree. Okay, so I hope we are clear with this. It's a very simple exercise. Now we are coming to a very important chapter, and that is prepositions. We do get prepositions sometimes wrong, sometimes correct, but preposition is something that you got to focus on a lot, because this is very important. It can come in exam. Till now, abhi tak whatever that we have done, nouns and adjectives and adverbs, all these are very simple things, pronouns and all. Now we are coming ahead to add prepositions. Prepositions are what? Okay, just read this slide. I'll just drink some water. All right. So let's talk about prepositions over here. Words that show position or relation. Okay, simple thing, simple definition that you have to learn about prepositions is, and that is words that show position or that show relation. Okay, if there's a position that is being shown or there's a relation that is being shown, that becomes your preposition. A preposition is a word that shows a relationship between a noun or a pronoun and another word in the sentence. It often tells us where, when, or how something happens. The cat is under the table. The cat is over the table. The cat is inside the cupboard. Okay, so we are talking about nouns and what relationship they are saying. For instance, I'm talking about the cat and table. For instance, if I say the cat table, you'll be like, what are you saying, the cat table? How am I supposed to relate the two words? How am I supposed to connect the two words? I will say the cat is under the table. Okay, so there has to be a relation between cat and table. So whatever the connectivity of that word becomes your preposition. Okay, so simple as that. Whatever is connecting two nouns, one proper noun or two proper nouns or one noun or one pronoun, could be anything, and that becomes your preposition over here. Okay, so the example, the cat is under the table. The word under shows the position of the cat, and it is also drawing a relationship between cat and table. If I say the cat is the table, you'll be like, what is wrong with you? Have you gone mad? What are you saying? The cat is under the table. Okay, so this is something that is there. The word under is kind of like a bridge. It is like a bridge. It is drawing the relationship between the two. Okay, simple. So what is a preposition? A preposition connects a noun. It draws a relationship, connects a noun or a pronoun to another word in the sentence. It answers questions like where, when, in what manner, in what way, and so on. Okay, so examples: in, on, under, behind, over, before, after, with, to, and so on. There are many kinds of preposition we're going to talk about. So over here you have preposition of place. Types of preposition: you have preposition of place, show where something is. Okay, so we have to see where something is. Like for instance, you have in, on, under, behind, between. The keys are on the table. Over here, what are the preposition? On the table, because you have kept the keys on the table, right? So it is identify the preposition. The ball is under the chair. What is the preposition over here? And the preposition, the ball is under the chair. What is the preposition that you're using over here? You are saying that the ball is exactly, and the right word is under the chair. She sat on the bench. And what is the preposition over here that you're saying? She sat on the bench. Okay, the bench that you see, she sat on the bench. The book is in my bag. Okay, and the what is, are you saying the book is in my bag? So what is, where is the book? What is the relationship? The book, bag, and that is in my bag. He stood behind the door. What is the relationship that we have? And that is behind the door. And the shop is between two banks. And what is the relationship? That is the word between. Okay, and over here, so this is preposition of place. Then you have preposition of time. Whenever talking about time, I will come at 5 p.m. I will come around 5 p.m. Okay, so at, on, in, before, after, since, whatever that you are using related to time, and you're connecting two nouns, then or a pronoun or one noun or a pronoun, that becomes your prepositions of time. Okay, over here, for instance, we will meet at 5 p.m. Okay, so there's going to be, everyone is going to meet. So there has to be a connection. What is it? Preposition of time, at 5 p.m. Okay, identify the preposition. I was born in June. Okay, so I was born in June. So over here I'm talking about time. What is the time? Talking about June. And what is it? What is the preposition? Very good. It is in. She left after lunch. What is the preposition? I'm talking about lunch, and that becomes she left after lunch. We play cricket on Sundays. You're talking about time, right? And over here talking about time, and that is on Sundays. He arrived before noon. And over here, what are you using? The time, that is before noon. They've been here since morning. Answers. So they've been here since morning. So what is the time that you're using? The word since. So all these become prepositions of time. Over here, in, after, on, before, since, and these are all your prepositions. Exactly. Very good. Then you have next word, and that is prepositions of direction or movement. Okay, so just a second, guys. Give me 1 minute, please. All right. So we have prepositions of direction and movement over here. and that is show movement from one place to another. Example, to, into, onto, out, of, from, towards. Okay, so we are saying that she walked into the room, she walks towards the room, she walked near the room, and so on. So identify the preposition here. He ran to the gate. So what is the direction? To the gate. The bird flew into the tree. Okay, the blue bird flew into the tree, and that is the position that you are saying, direction, and that is into the tree. They came from school. What is the direction that they came from? The movement from school. She moved towards the door, and that is the word toward over here becomes your preposition of direction. And he jumped onto the stage, and again, what is the preposition? And that is onto the stage, and that is preposition of direction and movement. Then you have prepositions of manner, instrument, show how something is done or by what means. By, with, like, she wrote with a pen, and or like he traveled by a car. Okay, so prepositions of manner or instrument. He traveled by car, she painted with a brush, he looks like his brother. Okay, so like also becomes your preposition. They came by train, and she hit the ball with a bat. Okay, so these becomes prepositions of manner. Now we are coming ahead to the second last chapter of our grammar basics, and that is conjunctions. Conjunctions are nothing but two words जो कि combine करते हैं. For instance, whatever two words combine each other, two sentences combine. For instance, uh, I'm a girl, but I like to dress up like boys. Okay, so this is two contradictory sentences which we are using with the word that is that but. All right, so for this chapter, conjunctions, words that join. Simple definition is words that join. All right, so we have a conjunction is a word used to join words, group of words or sentences. Without conjunctions, our speech and writing would be very choppy, very repetitive, very monotonous, and just not interesting. Okay, I will end the class at around 8:30. Okay, I'll end the class at that time. Okay, so guys, let's just go ahead. All right. So conjunction is a word used to join words, groups of words, or sentences. Without conjunctions, our speech and writing would be choppy and it would be repetitive. For example, I like tea and coffee. So if I see I like tea, I like coffee, I like juice, I like milk, everyone would be like, what is the reason? Conjunction and conjectures are when you suppose something. Conjectures is a very different thing. Conjunction is a part of speech, it's a grammar. Conjecture is, my conjecture is that you are a good student. This is a conjecture. It could be wrong, I could be wrong also, Harsh. Maybe you're not a good student. Okay, so this is a conjecture. I'm hypothetically imagining something, I'm supposing something. That's a conjecture. Conjunction is when you're conjoining two words, when you're making it one thing. All right, you guys want a break? Okay, we're taking a break. I'll meet you at 7:45. Is that all right? You guys want to meet at 7:45? Okay, so we'll meet at 7:45, taking a 15 minutes break. You guys have some tea or whatever. uh, exactly. All right, 15 minutes. All right, I'll see you guys at 7:45 sharp. All right, I'll see you guys then. Okay. All right, hi everyone. I hope everyone is back. Okay, great. So I have my students over here. Let's go ahead with the word, with chapter conjunctions. Okay, so conjunctions, as we talked about, conjunction is a word that is used, all right, to join words, group of words, okay, or sentences. Without conjunctions, our speech and writing would be very choppy, it would be very repetitive, and it would sound very boring. For instance, I am a teacher, I did my PhD, so on and on. I go on repeating about myself, and I'm not joining the sentences. It will sound so stupid, so monotonous, absolutely not, interesting to engage with. Over here, for instance, if I say I like tea, I like coffee, I like cakes, I like cups. So why don't we just use the word and? I like tea and coffee. So and joins two nouns. So what's a conjunction? A conjunction connects the word con and the word connects over. These are the two common words. Just remember this. A conjunction connects words or parts of sentence. It helps ideas flow smoothly and makes writing more natural, more flowy, and in a very non-monotonous one, not a boring manner. Example: and, but, because, although, if, whenever, wherever, and all those things. Okay, so types of conjunction: coordinating conjunction, join words, join phrases, independent sentences of equal importance, and, but, or, not, so, yet, so, for. Okay, so these are coordinating conjunction. जब ये लोग simple words को, simple sentences, they just join those simple sentences and all right. Audio is coming, right? I hope everyone is able to hear it. The audio is clear, guys? Everyone is able to hear the audio? Let me know that, please, quickly. All right. Fine. Identify the conjunction. I like apples and bananas. Very simple. And over here we have and he's tired but happy. So I am joining he's tired, he's happy. I'm joining these two sentences by conjoining word conjunction, and that is he is tired but, the word but. Do you want tea or coffee? So I'm asking, do you want tea or coffee? And or over here, she was late, so she missed the bus, and that is the word so. He is poor yet honest, and the word is yet over here. All right, so these are the types of conjunctions that are used. And then you have subordinating conjunctions connecting a dependent clause to an independent clause. Because, if, when, all those since, while, so something that is not joining equal level of sentences. For instance, I like tea, I like coffee. Now these are two independent sentences and very, very equal. Okay, so I like tea and coffee. So the word and is kind of joining these two equal important sentences. But if I say connecting a dependent clause to an independent clause, for instance, I will not go to the party. Now this is an independent sentence. I will not go to the party is enough a statement. But if I say I will not go to the party because I don't like that person, okay, so I say that independent clause. That is a dependent clause that I'm joining with an independent clause. So for instance, connect a dependent clause to an independent clause. For because, if, when, all those things. Why? I stayed home because it was raining. I don't want to go to the party because I don't like the food there. Okay, so it could be anything. Over here, identify the conjunction. I will go if it stops raining. Means I will go is an independent is an independent sentence, a clause, and the dependent one is if it stops raining. If it stops raining, so the conjunction over here will be if. Then you have she smiled when she saw me. Okay, so the conjunction here is when. Then you have although he is young, he is wise. Remember, guys, one thing with although that I have often seen, and a very silly mistake that people do with the word although, never ever use the word but. Remember one thing, although he is young, I have seen a lot of people using this, but he is wise. When you are using although, this is a written rule, never use the word but in the same sentence. Although she is pretty, she is snobbish. Okay, so although she is pretty, she is snobbish. You will not say although she is pretty but she is snobbish. Never use it. It's a very silly mistake. A lot of grammatical errors happen because of this. So remember this one. Although he is young, he is wise. Okay, so although he is young, you are not using the word but. Only one conjunction is being used here, and that is although. Stay here until I return. So over here, That is until I return. Until becomes your conjunction. He left because he was tired, and the joining word that here, he left because he was tired. Very simple. Then you have correlative conjunction. Over here you have either, neither, or, kind of all these words are pairs of conjunction that is used together, correlative. Okay, so they are related to each other, correlated. And that is, okay, pairs. Okay, okay, pairs of conjunctions used together are either, or, neither, nor, both, and, not only, but, also, and all that. Either you leave or I will leave. Okay, so identify the correlative conjunction pair. Either you come or stay home. She is both smart and kind. Neither the teacher nor the student is here. He not only sings, not only, and but also साथ में use होता है. He not only sings but also plays guitar. Okay, and then can we put but with however? No, not at all. However is a fancy word for but. Okay, I will go to the party, but but I do not want to but I do not want to eat the food. So I want to go to the party. However, I will not eat the food. So but is just a replacement of however is just a replacement of but. So don't use but and however also together. Okay, all right. He not only sings but also plays guitar. I want either tea or coffee. Okay, so I want either tea or coffee. These becomes a correlative conjunctions. Okay, so either and or is also used over here. Then you have, okay, so conjunctions were simple. Now coming to the last point, interjections. Interjections are the easiest, very simple to understand. There's nothing rocket science about it. Interjections, words that show feelings or reactions. Anything that's exclamation mark, ouch, oh my god, what is this? Anything that is shows extreme reaction, that becomes a conjunction. Okay, so over here, an interjection is a word. Interjection is a word or short phrases used to express strong emotions. Okay, strong emotions or sudden reaction. Wow, oh, ouch. Okay, all these are your interjections. So it is not grammatically connected to the rest of the sentences, but adds tone or feeling. Okay, so it's not that if you will not say the word wow, then your sentence will not be complete. But when you're reading a book or when you're talking to someone, all these sentences add a lot of animation to whatever that you're reading or that you're seeing. Wow, ouch, oh no, oh my god, what is this? Kind of these words. So over here, wow, you did a great job. Wow expresses surprise. What is an interjection? An interjection expresses emotions such as surprise, happiness, pain, sadness, or greeting. It often appears at the beginning of a sentence and is usually followed by an exclamation mark or comma. Oh, wow, ouch, hooray, hey, alas, and so on. Okay, so these are interjections that you use. All right, so types of interjections of surprise. Oh my god, wow, all these are surprises. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Wow, you look amazing. Really, he did that? So can you see, after every interjection over here, what is you're using is the exclamation mark. Always the exclamation mark comes. Okay, wow ke baad bhi you can see the exclamation mark over here. Really, exclamation mark, what, and oh no, all these are surprises that you're showing. These are interjections. Interjections of joy, yippee, it's my birthday. This becomes an interjection. And interjection, I don't need to say this, but they usually come at the beginning of the sentence. Yay, yippee, hooray. Okay, so yippee, it's my birthday, yay, no school today, hooray, exams are over, woohoo, I passed the test, wow, I passed my exam. Okay, so these are your interjections of joy. Then you have interjections of pain, ow, ouch, ah, oh no, oh my god. Okay, see, these are your interjections of pain. Over here you can see that there's exclamation mark at the beginning of the sentence. Interjection of sadness, oh no, alas, too bad, oh, sigh. Okay, so these are all sadness when expressing sadness, and that becomes over here important. Interjections of greeting, hello, hi, hey, namaste, sat sri akal, salam, whatever that you want to say, that becomes out here. Excuse me, good morning. These become the exclamation mark sentences, that is greetings. So guys, now that we are done with this is the grammar. It's a very basic grammar that we talked about, but this is the grammar that is studied to understand English. Once you have your basics clear over your grammar, these are the parts of speech. If you are going ahead learning English, the first thing is to learn the grammar. Okay, understand the grammar, learn the grammar, and then you go ahead with it. All right. Now I'm coming ahead to the second segment of our class, and that is the vocabulary building. I have a group of words, many, all these slides will be, based on your vocabulary only. So one word substitution, introduction, I'll be just talking about them and we will be reading together. You guys can go ahead and see for yourself, ask any questions that is there. All right, these notes will be given to you, Ankit. Today I will be in connect with the team and I will give these notes. Everything over here, whatever this week will hold, everything will be given to you. Do not think. And I'll make sure that this reaches to you guys. अगर कोई group नहीं बना है तो मैं बनवाऊंगी और अगर नहीं है तो सबके portal पे चढ़ जाएगा. So don't worry about that. You will not get this PPT. 100% you will get it. Okay. So chapter 1, so word substitution. What is the meaning of the word substitution? One word substitution refers to using a single word in place. Okay, you're using one word substitution. Okay, rules of parts of speech. Shweta, we will be doing the rules of part of speech once we are going to go ahead with our exercises. Let's see what kind of questions are there, because there are so many rules. If you go ahead with the rules of parts of speech, then I will have to take at least 10 more classes, right? There are so many rules. So we will be going ahead. I touched upon the grammar, and then we'll be going ahead with how the questions come in your exam, and then we will be going ahead with how the rules take place. There are many rules. There are many rules, be it with your nouns, with your pronouns, with your prepositions, with your adverbs, and everything. Everything has a rule. All right. So there are many rules, but we cannot go. Otherwise, that's another level of sessions that we have to take. Okay. All right. So one word substitution refers to using a single word in place of a group of words. So when you are substituting a long sentence with one word, then that's a substitution, one word substitution. This makes language more concise, more short, more concise, more refined, and it is used in formal writing, spoken English, and competitive exams. So this is how it goes ahead with this. All right, so let's go ahead with people and professions. I have mentioned over here, it's a very easy one, something that you guys can go ahead when you talk about people and profession. A person who writes a poem is called a poet. I'm sure everybody knows this. So I'm talking about, this is your vocabulary building exercise, guys. So you might be knowing some words, you might not be knowing some words. Okay, so this is the level of this is the level that I have included around that whatever comes in your exam point of view. So this today is a very completely theoretical class. From tomorrow onwards, we will be going ahead with exercises and the question and answers that come in your exam. Okay, so today is a very basic one. So we are going ahead with our vocabulary building. So a person who writes a poem is called a poet. A person who travels on foot is called a pedestrian. All right. Then you have a person who studies stars and planets is called an astronomer. Remember, this is about people and professions. This entire slide is about that. All right. Then you have a person who cuts men hair is a barber. Okay. A person who sells medicine is a chemist or a pharmacist. A person who flies an aircraft is a pilot. A person who cannot read or write is called an illiterate. A person who believes in God is called a theist. Okay, theist who does not believe in God is called an atheist. Okay, all right. All subparts of, you do not have to read. You do not, in your exam, don't think that you will be given a sentence and you will be asking, tell me what kind of conjunction this is. No, this is a theoretical part which you must know as a English grammar student, but not in your exam. You are going to get such questions that which is a collective noun or which is a pronoun or what kind of preposition is that. Not at all. This explanation was done for you to clear the basics so that you get an idea that yes, there are different parts of noun. Yes, there are different parts of adjectives, adverbs, pronouns, prepositions, and so on. However, no exam asks you such questions about theory. Every question will be on your practical learning and how you are applying. The point is for you to understand the theoretical part so that that theoretical part is applied to the practical learning. You will only get practical learning as your test or in your test. Okay. uh, no, you do not. So I hope I'm clear. This is a very basic thing that I'm telling all of you. Grammar is to be studied. It is not to be learned. It is to be understood. It is not to be mugged up. Remember this. All right. Okay. So going ahead with this, a person who does not believe in God is called an atheist. This you have to learn. Whatever that over here, I'm going ahead. This is something that you must know and you must learn. A person who speaks many languages is called a polyglot. A person who draws maps is called a cartographer. A person who lives alone or a white society is called a recluse. A person who loves books is called a bibliophile. A person who studies human societies is an anthropologist. And a person who never drinks alcohol is a teetotaler. So, guys, these are basic people and profession substitute words that we're going to discuss more into it. But there are many words that you might be knowing on your own. There must many words that you must have come across. So vocabulary building is basically not that today I will be giving you these many words, today you mug up and tomorrow you go to give the exam, everything is fine. Vocabulary building as an English teacher, I would always suggest, is a process that happens almost every day. If you want to sharpen your vocabulary apart from the exam, not only concentrating that I just have to clear this, because English is a language which you will definitely be needing every point of stage in your life. How you build the vocabulary, and the only answer is through reading. I'm not saying that but 20, 50 words, note them down, learn them every day. No. Even if you do not have the time to maintain a diary, you do not have the time to note down or make notes in your book or whatever, chuck all of that. Make sure that you're reading. In today's generation, the problem is that you do not read, considering the social media and everything that is so handy. The information is so handy. People do not need to read. But if you, in this time, maybe you can listen to good podcast. Listening also helps in developing good vocabulary. Reading is the best form to develop good vocabulary. There's no way apart from reading. So if you can even read newspaper every day, that's more than enough. Okay, read the editorial section of the Hindu, the Times of India, the Hindustan Times, or whatever newspaper comes in your city. Okay, the English newspaper. So this is how you develop vocabulary. These are all substitution questions because this is important. So we are going ahead with that. Okay, a person who talks too much is called a loquacious. This is how you are talking about when you say about character and behavior. Okay, so a person who talks too much is called loquacious. A person who eats too much is called a glutton. Okay, a person who is easily fooled, can be influenced very easily, is called gullible. A person who always sees the good side of things is an optimist. Okay, so who's always positive, even in negative things in life, he sees a positive attitude. That's an optimist. A person who always sees the negative things in life, and that is called a pessimist. Okay, you are a pessimist. Why are you so negative? Okay, this is how you say. Someone who loves mankind is called philanthropist, who's all the time doing charity, loves mankind. You see philanthropist everywhere around you. Someone who hates mankind is called a misanthrope. Okay, somebody who hates mankind. I don't like man, I'm a misanthrope. Okay, so this is how it is. Okay, then you have a person who thinks only of self-interest is an egoist. A person who thinks of others before self is an altruist. So altruist is somebody who is selfless in nature, who will think about others first and then himself or herself. A person who is very careful with money is a miser. He is a miser. He does not spend anything. Uncle Scrooge, that is what you say. So miser, a person who never tells lies, is called honest. And a person who is brave and fearless is called valiant, courageous, and that is how you audacious. These are the character and behavior words. Then you have places and institutions. Place where books are kept, we all know that's a library. Place where birds are kept is called an aviary. Animals, zoo. Place where weapons are stored is called arsenal. Where milk is there, that's called dairy. A place where dead bodies is called cemetery. A place where dead bodies are cremated is called a crematorium. A place where soldiers live, and that's called a barracks. Place where orphans live, an orphanage, and where sick people at the hospitals, a very simple thing, nothing rocket science at all. And then you have time and life, a life story written by oneself. If I today write a story book about myself, that will be an autobiography. Okay, okay. No, I think Who Hate Me and Mankind is not feminist at all. Not at all. Anyway, I'm a feminist. I don't hate mankind. Feminism is very misunderstood. We can talk about that at the end of the class. Okay, so Time and Life, a life story written by oneself, is an autobiography. Okay, so when you write about yourself as an autobiography, the word auto is self. Okay, self writing autobiography. A life story written by someone else is a biography. For instance, if someone writes a book on my life, that's a biography. Okay, a child without parents is orphan. A person whose wife is dead is called a widower. A woman whose husband is dead is called a widow. An event that occurs once a year is called annual function, annual fete, annual concert. So an event that occurs every 2 years is called biennial. Something that lasts for a very short time, this is called temporary. A speech made without preparation is called extempore. Okay, so an extempore is something when you're not prepared and you're asked to give a speech at a function or a school award function, whatever, and you get up and you deliver a speech. That's called extempore. When you're just seeing it without preparing. A person who sacrifices his life for a cause is called a martyr. And we know that martyrs are soldiers who die for other people, for the cause of saving other people, and that's a martyr. Government, society, and crime, government by the people. The world's largest democracy that we live in is called democracy. Why? Because this government is created by the people. Government by the people is called democracy. Government by a king or a queen, and that is called a monarchy. Okay? Okay? All right. Okay. Government by one person with total power is called an autocracy. Okay. Government by one person with complete total power. Autocracy, that is what you say. Okay. And then a group of three people is called a trio. A person who breaks the law is a criminal. A person who steals is a thief. Very easy. A person who sets fire deliberately is an arsonist. Somebody who deliberately sets a place to fire, that's an arsonist. Okay. And then a person who kills someone is, of course, a murderer. And then you have a person who helps in a crime is an accomplice. Okay, so for instance, if somebody commits a murder, but the other person is not committing the murder but helping the other criminal to commit the murder, that will be as an accomplice. A person who gives secret information is called the informer. So this is about government, society, crime. Then you have science, fear, and miscellaneous things. Fear of water is called hydrophobia. Fear of heights is called acrophobia. Fear of closed spaces is called claustrophobia. The science of life is biology. The science of the mind is psychology. A person who studies the weather is called a meteorologist. A person who copies another's writing is called a plagiarist. Plagiarist is somebody who copies someone else's ideas without acknowledging the other person that okay, this is this person's ideas. Okay, so in academics you must never copy someone's idea without giving the other person some credit. Otherwise you will be a plagiarist. Plagiarist is somebody who is, yes, autocracy, dictatorship is almost the same thing. When autocracy goes to the level of complete bedlam, chaos, confusion, creates anarchy, that becomes dictatorship. So over here, a person who copies another writing is called a plagiarist. Government by the rich is called plutocracy. Okay, when all the rich people of the country, they come and form the government, that's called plutocracy. Because of course they will think about themselves, and the rich people will always be rich and the poor people will forever be poor. Government by the rich is called plutocracy. Killing of one's own self is called suicide. A person who travels into space is called an astronaut. Okay, so these are the words. Then you have next ones. Okay, so what are synonyms? Synonyms are, so these were substitution words. Now we are coming ahead towards something that's plagues in research. Plagiarism, not plague. Okay, so that's plagiarism, not plague. Plague is a different thing. Okay, okay, what are synonyms? Synonyms are words that express the same or similar meanings. So, for instance, the word happy, there are so many other things. I'm happy, I'm cheerful, I'm joyful, I'm delighted, I am ecstatic, I am glad. There's so many words for the word happy. Okay, so you are just using other words in place of another word. Okay, synonyms are just that. Okay, substitute words, words with similar meaning, right? So, synonyms are words that express the same or similar meanings, and they are used to improve vocabulary, avoid repetition, make language rich, more precise, more good. Expression is always good, so it's always nice to read. Big, large, huge, gigantic, happy, joyful, cheerful, content, and all. So why learn synonyms? To avoid repeating the same word, to improve writing, vocabulary, to have a good expression, good speech, to enhance vocabulary, and to express subtle differences. Okay. So even synonyms में differences होते हैं. So for instance, synonym for feelings, let's talk about that. Happy, cheerful, joyful, pleased, content, delighted, sad. When you're sad, you're unhappy, you're miserable, you're downcast, you're depressed, you're gloomy. When you're angry, you're annoyed, you're furious, you're irritated, you're enraged, you're cross. Okay, so even all these words have basically different degrees. For instance, when you say that I am cheerful. Now, cheerful is like, cheerful, you're bubbly, you're happy, and you are in a very, very delighted mood, as in you're in a different cheerful manner. Okay, so you're cheering up and you're just smiling. Maybe, but when you're pleased, then maybe you are not as cheerful, but you are like, that I'm content, I'm happy, I'm pleased with how things are moving. I'm very pleased. All right. So this is kind of like, you are happy, but in a more relaxed manner. Okay, not that you're shouting, hey, I'm cheerful, I'm joyful, and all. So even for synonyms, you have different degrees. Okay, so for instance, you clear your exam that you're preparing for. So if you clear your exam that you're preparing for, will you just be pleased? No, pleased is a lower degree of happiness. You will be ecstatic. What is ecstatic? The highest form of happiness. Why? Because you're studying for your exam and to clear your exam, so you will of course be ecstatic. Okay, so that's even in these synonyms there are degrees of happiness. So synonyms are, I would not say exact substitute, but very, very close to meanings. For instance, if you're preparing so hard and God forbid your exam gets cancelled, oh my God, will you just be angry? You will not be angry, you will be furious. Furious is like another form of anger. You will be uh, so furious, you will be extremely, you can say, what are the words, enraged. You will be enraged with anger. There will be such wrath within you. Okay, you will be enraged, you will be furious that I'm studying so hard for exam, and tomorrow the exam is getting cancelled. What the hell is this? All right, so in a way, words with similar meanings but not exactly the same. So whenever you're using these words, make sure that you are actually conveying the word that expresses your exact emotion. All right, so for instance, if you are sad, unhappy, so for instance, you lost a pen. Okay, you lost your favorite pen, you will be unhappy. Okay, I lost my pen, that pen was so nice, it was pink in color. But for instance, God forbid you lose your pet dog, will you be unhappy? No, you will be miserable. You will be so miserable. Why? Because you lost your pet dog, the pet dog who's been living with you for the past 14 years. Okay, so there are again degrees of your sadness, and that you will only learn once you are reading a lot. Again, I'm saying vocabulary is a very wonderful exercise of just reading. You can mug up these words, but how to use these words, when to use these words, in what context and conditions to use this word will only come once you have an idea of how you're using these words, and that will only come through your reading. So sad is unhappy, miserable, downcast, depressed, or gloomy. Angry, again, annoyed, furious, irritated, enraged, or cross. Fear, worry, anxiety, panic, dread, alarm, all these are words for fear. Love, affection, fondness, devotion, passion, tenderness. The word love has so much of degrees. Okay, you feel affection towards your daughter or your son or your niece or your nephews or your little brothers or sisters. You have affection towards them, but you have fondness towards maybe your cousins. That I'm very fond of my cousins. Okay, devotion, the devotion that you have towards your parents. that is love only, but you are devoted towards them. And passion, you might be passionate about reading books. Okay, I love reading books, I am passionate about reading books. Or tenderness, okay, you might feel you have a little bird in your house, you have that tender love for that bird, because that bird is very fragile, very sweet, very simple. Okay, so again, there are different words. Okay, next you have synonyms for personality and traits: brave, courageous, fearless, bold, daring, heroic, audacious. Smart क्या होता है? What is smart? Intelligent, clever, bright, wise, sharp. Kind is gentle, generous, compassion, caring, considerate. All these are synonyms for your personality and traits. And then you have funny is humorous, comical, witty, entertaining, amusing. Hardworking is your diligent, industrious, dedicated, committed, and persevering. Okay. Then your synonyms for size, shape, and appearance. Big, you can use the words like large, huge, massive, gigantic, enormous. Okay, so these are the words that you use for the word big. Then you have the word small, tiny, miniature, petite, little, minute. Beautiful is pretty, attractive, lovely, stunning, gorgeous. Ugly is unattractive, hideous, horrible, plain, awkward. Fat is chubby, overweight, plump, heavy, stout. Okay, so these are again just the synonyms. I'm just giving it to you guys. Everyone can learn them. And I'm sure many of you would be knowing the words already. You can just brush them up or add more words to it. Fast, quick, rapid, swift, speedy, prompt. That's something that's fast. Slow is sluggish, and then lazy. Leisurely, unhurried, on gradual. And then you have easy would be simple, effortless, straightforward, light, and clear. Difficult is something that's hard, tough, complicated, challenging, complex. These are all words for that. Strong is powerful, mighty, robust, firm, and forceful. Synonyms for common verbs: say, can you tell me? Can you please speak up? Can you utter the words, declare it, or announce it? Go, move, travel, walk, depart, proceed. View, see is view. Watch, observe, notice, or glimpse. And then you have think, believe, consider, suppose, reflect, imagine, and help, assist, support, aid, encourage, serve. Okay, these are for verbs. What are antonyms? This is the last segment of the class, and that's very simple. Antonyms are words which are opposite. Okay, synonyms are similar words, and antonyms are your opposite words. Okay, so here you have antonyms are words that have opposite meaning. So they help express contrast, clarify ideas, and improve vocabulary. The antonym of hot is cold. The antonym, the opposite of happy, is sad. So this is all it is. All right. Okay. Okay, why learn antonyms? Improve writing, great expression, good words to use, and not boring, interesting. And also, this is the reason that you must know antonyms also. Okay, emotions and behavior. If you are happy, then you can also be sad. Opposite of happy is sad. Polite, if you're polite, somebody can be rude. Honest, if you're honest, somebody can be dishonest. If somebody is brave, somebody can be cowardly. Kind and cruel, calm, nervous, generous, stingy. Somebody is generous all the time, is giving money, and somebody is very stingy, does not give any meaning. Okay. Then you have calm, nervous, confident and shy, respectful, disrespectful, cheerful, and then you have depressed. Size, quantity: big is small, thick, thin, heavy, light, full, empty, wide and narrow, tall, short, and long and short, deep, shallow, high, low, few, many. Okay, so there are so many antonyms that you can go on and on, discuss about them. Speed is fast and slow, early or late, ancient, modern, quick, delayed, start, stop, arrive, depart, begin, end, go, come, move, stand, progress, and regress. Okay, so these are all antonyms, qualities, and description. Easy, opposite है difficult. Beautiful, opposite is lovely, is ugly, sorry. And clean is dirty, soft is hard, strong is weak, sharp, dull, bright, dark, noisy, quiet, wet, dry, fresh, stale. All right. Then you have verbs and actions: buy, sell, win, lose, give, take, accept or reject, build, destroy, speak, listen, love, hate, rise, fall, open, close, encourage, discourage. Okay. Then you have Okay, and then you have practice exercises. So now we are coming ahead to the last one, that is practice exercises. Fill in the blank with antonyms. The water was hot, but now it is very simple, guys. This is a very, very simple exercise that we are doing. The water was hot, but now it is cold. Exactly. He's very rich, but his cousin is quiet. Very simple. Very simple. Yes, he's very rich, but his cousin is poor. I always accept give, but she tends to. I always accept give, but she tends to. Accept का क्या होगा? When what is accept? Accept is to take. Okay, I always accept gifts. This is an interesting one. When you accept something, very good. I'm very happy with that word. Denied, reject, or denied, but she tends to deny them. Or she tends to reject them, or she tends to deny them. Very right, very good. This bed is too soft. I prefer something. This bed is too soft. I prefer something hard, right? We should be honest and not dishonest. Okay, so this is something that is there. These are the words that you can use over here, guys. With this, I'm coming to an end with a very basic and a very simple idea about grammar building. And now from tomorrow onwards, we will be going ahead with the major topics that are there in your exam, which the questions are asked from. So I will be going ahead and looking at your previous year papers, what kind of exercises are there, what kind of questions are asked, and then we'll be going ahead with that. Okay, so I think I have this entire syllabus. I'm sure that you all must be having with all of you. And if not, tomorrow, when I will be making this PPT, I will be adding the entire syllabus so that you guys can have an idea. As I have discussed this entire syllabus in the 5 days distribution of the class. So tomorrow, I will be going ahead with, just let me see. Wait a second. Just a second. Okay, just a second. Let this be. So tomorrow I will be discussing a very different aspect in the class. Just let me open my mail and give it to you guys. So tomorrow in the class, I will be discussing this one with all of you. Okay. Give me 1 minute, please. Okay, anyway, this is not opening. So anyway, whatever it would be, we'll be discussing, all right, of SSC. So can I use it for, see, Atul, all these questions, yes, you can definitely use them. Day 2 topic is, wait, I'll just tell you. I'll just tell you in my, and my PPT is just not opening. The point is this, actually. Just a second, I'll just tell you day 2 tomorrow, one. Guys, I have to, anyway, I'll just tell you day 2, just give me 1 minute. I'll let you guys know about that. So guys, day 2, I will be going ahead with verbs and adjectives. Okay, so we'll be talking about verbs, adjectives, spelling correction, detecting misspelled words. Okay, so these would be the questions that we will be discussing. All right, so we'll be going ahead with verbs and adjectives primarily, and we'll be seeing what misspelled or whatever error recognition, error correction these words are addressed. So we will be seeing that how these kind of questions come in your exam. Okay, and tomorrow we'll see that what kind of previous year questions have come, what exercises that we'll be doing. So we'll go a lot. Yes, vocab ma'am, 5 days enough for this exam day topic. All right, Atul. All right, Akash. Yes. See, this is whatever questions are going to come in exam is going to be very easy, guys. Very simple, not very difficult at all. You need to have basic knowledge, but that does not mean that you don't study hard for it. So please brush up your grammar, and 5 days is never enough for any language. Let me be very clear with you. Not even 10 days, not even 15 days, not even 20 days. If you want to develop a good hold on your language, be it your Hindi, your English, your French, your German, your Kannada, whatever language that you have, language seeps within you. It cannot change you like this. It's not a mathematic formula or a chemistry equation that you mug up and you are done. Language comes within you day by day. That can only develop once you're reading good literature, once you have the habit of reading or maybe listening. These days, very good podcasts are there. Stop scrolling your social media phones. Listen to good podcasts which have good spoken English. It also gives you a good learning, some good subject, and also spoken English. You get to hear words. Okay, read good matter, read books, read newspapers, not trash reels or that Instagram stories that you have. Okay, all right. So it's okay. See, whatever that we'll be studying, we will be doing so much of practice that you guys will be completely polished with whatever comes. But I'm talking about the future. I'm talking about because language and exercise that you will be developing forever for the rest of your life. Whatever that we'll be learning is enough for you to practice and get training on what kind of questions come. Right now, you're training your mind. That these are the exercises that will come in the exam, and these are the exercises how I will be attempting. Okay, and then you'll be going ahead with that. All right. Okay. Uh, there are a lot of podcasts on Amazon Music. There is this podcast of this guy who is, I think he's from UK, and very good spoken English he has. He's a motivational speaker, and you can go ahead. I don't remember his name, but there are really seven. There is a podcast that is on Spotify or on Amazon Music that is 7 good minutes. Very short podcast, 7 minutes or 9 minutes or 10 minutes, and they have a very calming way to speak. They have a very slowly, like of course they are from UK and all, very good English, a very calming way to speak so that you can easily understand them. And trust me, listening a language is as good as reading a language. Once you listen, your mind is seeping in that language, and it helps a lot. Okay, Chris will, yes. Jay Shetty, yes, that's very right. Pankaj, comprehension and perceive. Yes, I will cover that also, Deepak. Joe Regan is also, yes. Lex Fridman is very good. Yes, Pankaj, very right, very right. Lex Fridman is also one very good. And one more that you mentioned, I think, what was his name? Chris Will. I think Chris Will is also good. Right. All right, then, everyone. Lex Fridman is very good. A very good, strong motivational speaker and very nice words. And also the guests come. So the point is that you also learn some new subject, maybe about food or nutrition, or the law of attraction, or maybe how to the manifestation or the power of meditation and all. So you learn also good subjects, and you also develop and learn good vocabulary and good spoken English. Okay, ma'am, will you come? Sorry, ma'am, when will you complete English class? I think, and I'll see that these are 15, 20 days classes, and then we'll see that how we go ahead with that, right, Deepak? So it will be finished much before your exam. Don't worry about that. We're finishing it early. So thank you, everyone. I'll be ending with the class, and if anyone has any other question, otherwise I'll wrap up, and I'll see all of you. From Andrew. Okay, you can do PhD. Acha, Andrew Herberman. All right. Essay part, yes, I'll be going ahead with all the essay part, Pressy part, comprehension part, whatever is in your course. English is going to be my domain. I will be going ahead with that. Yes, essay part also, we are going to go ahead with that. All right, okay. Thank you, everyone. And please focus on just not preparing for your exam. Again, I'm telling you, that training will be done, but focus on developing good vocabulary and good spoken English. Once spoken English gets fine, you will have the confidence, and eventually you're getting the training too for your written English. Okay. So thank you, everyone, and I will see all of you tomorrow now. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. would be the time. All right. I know I'm not teaching the bilingual batch as of now. All that I have is this batch currently, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, whatever the study IQ has given me, I'm doing that. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye, everyone.